Alright guys, check it out. Brother Maynard here with another game for you. This is another game against the same Tomb King player who smashed my Beastman army. I figured I'd dust off my Daemons and give them a go since I'm getting kind of rusty with them, since I haven't used them in a while. So here's the left side of my deployment zone as usual. I got a single Fiend, 6 Flamers, 27 Plague Bearers with a Herald, 6 more Flamers with my level 2 caster. He's got the entire Lore of Shadow. Bloodletter Horde with the Skull Taker model up there is just a Herald. And then you got my General, who's also my level 4. He's the Great Unclean one there. In front of him's a Fiend, and then 23 Demonettes with a Herald. So on his left, my right, he's got a Necrosphinx, his big nasty unit of 10 Chariots, and then he's got a Tomb Guard Horde that's got his King, his Battle Standard Bearer, and that special character Necrotech guy. And then he's got his casket on the hill behind that, and then he's got a mage bunker, what is it, 20 skeletons or whatever, with his Hierophant, who's a level 4 with the Lore of Nahikara, and then he's got a level 2 with the Lore of Light, and then his Hyro Titan and 8 Necropolis Knights. So anyway, I get the first turn, and my movement phase ends like so. I just put the Fiend out there to hopefully trip up that Chariot unit, and I angle it so that if he decides to charge it with the Necrosphinx, it's just going to redirect him. If he overruns, it's going to send him right into my General, which is something we actually both want, but for different reasons. Anyway, so on the left here, I just moved this unit of Flamers up. I'm hoping to get some shots on his Hyro Titan. I should be able to put some wounds on him, and if I roll really lucky, I'll really be able to put the hurt on him. So that's what I'm doing there, and I angle him like that so that if he charges with his Necropolis Knights, I'll just be able to redirect him off the board. So, and then here's a picture of just my Bloodletter Horde staring down that Chariot unit. God, I hate that unit. Okay, so in the shooting phase, I should probably talk about magic here real quick. Okay, so in magic, I didn't get anything through, but I did manage to draw out his Dispel Scroll and one item that adds D6 to combat res. I just did the Withering on his Chariot Horde and a Pit of Shades on his Sphinx. So anyway, so in shooting, I got my Flamers shooting at his Hyro Titan here, and actually, you know, like I said, I should be able to get a couple of wounds on him, and with any luck, I'll really be able to hurt him. So I roll extremely well and just take it off the first turn. I'm just kidding. That's what I actually rolled for my Flamer shots. And yeah, both me and my opponent agreed that I had to take a picture of that for posterity, because it's just, yeah, statistically almost impossible. Alright, and then yeah, so in his next turn, he charges his Necrosphinx into my Fiend, and he's hoping to just kill the Fiend and overrun, and hopefully make it to my General so we can use that heroic killing blow on him. I want him to make it to my General too, but because I got a Bale Sword, that'll make short work of that Sphinx. Then he's got his Necropolis Knights charged in my Flamer unit, and you can see from the dice there that my stand and shoot was extremely successful and caused a wound. So yeah, some more bad luck there. And then the rest of his movements just like so. He's very careful to make sure he keeps that Chariot unit out of plausible charge range from any of my stuff. And then here's just a picture of my General staring down the Necrosphinx there. Okay, so in his magic phase, he kills this Fiend with either the Casket or Shim's Burning Gaze from the Hyro Titan there. I don't remember which. And then here's just kind of a cool picture of the battlefield as it stands right now. Okay, so in his shooting phase, he ends up shooting his Chariots and his Hierophant's unit onto my Flamers here, and he ends up killing one. So that's not too bad. Okay, so in combat, needless to say, his Necropolis Knights could just crush my Flamers. Surprisingly, even being Initiative 4 and, hitting them in 4s and wounding on 3s, I didn't do any damage. Didn't get a single wound through on this unit, so yeah, just some more bad luck there. But here is his Necropolis Knights getting ready to come on next turn. Okay, so Epic Sphinx fail here. He only did 1 wound to the Fiend. He wasn't able to kill it, so, and that was the outcome that we both wanted. So that's just some bad luck there. So here's my next turn. I end up charging my general in. I'm hoping to just kill the Sphinx in 1 round, and then overrun into the chariots and just start chopping chariots up. But just in case I'm not able to roll high enough to overrun into the chariots, I end up casting the Miasma of Pestilence with my general, which reduces all models that are in base contact with him, have their stats, their weapon skill, strength, toughness, initiative, and attacks all reduced to 1. So with that, I'm hoping to just weather the storm of all those impact hits from his chariots. And then the rest of my movements just like so. And then magic phase, I just rolled terrible for magic. I think I rolled 1 more dice than he had, so I didn't get anything through, aside from the miasma spell that I talked about earlier. So in combat, needless to say, my general easily kills his Sphinx, but fails to get into the chariots, so he's going to get charged next turn. So even with that spell up, that's not a great position to be in. And I don't know what I'm trying to show with this picture, except how terrible my flamer's shooting is. I was shooting at the chariots, but I didn't manage to put any wounds on them at all. So in his next turn, he declares this charge, and he needed something crazy to get it, like 11 or something like that, but he got it. But I'm still hoping that with my regeneration, I'll be able to kind of weather all the crazy attacks that unit's going to put out, and hopefully stick around, and then my bloodletters can charge him in the flank next turn and really sort him out. So yeah, here's how things are looking. Just turning the Fiend there, and then you can see there that his chariots charged my general, so obviously that was going to happen. And then the rest of his movement is kind of relatively unaggressive. He's just moving his Hierotitan and his Hierophant's units down just to keep him in range to cast. So in his magic phase, he hits the Fiend he kills the Fiend with something. I think at this point it's important to note 2 things about his magic phase. Number 1 is his he kind of made up his own rules for how the casket worked, so he was getting some really high casting values without expending a lot of dice. And then it wasn't till turn 3 or 4 that I finally figured out that it was actually an innate bound spell, and then we should probably use the rules for innate bound spells. And then the other thing is that he's got a lot of Lore of Light, magic missiles in the casket and stuff, and my bloodletters are actually getting a significant part of that attention. But I got a Collar of Corn for my Herald, so it gives them magic resistance 3, which stacks with their natural ward save, giving them a 2-up ward against magic. So that combined with their high strength and high initiative makes that unit incredibly resistant to magic damage. So yeah, in case I forget to mention it, all that stuff's getting thrown around, but my bloodletters are living through it pretty easily.